Hello, everyone.
When I was in the waiting room, it was like a different waiting room for maybe. I feel it was a different waiting room than usual meetings I go in.
I think it's because it was like white instead of black.
And the words were bigger.
I have no idea. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Are you guys wearing those hats on purpose?
What hat?
What hat? Yeah, Al, what holiday is coming?
Fine, I'll admit. I'll see if I can get something funny.
She's gonna put on a real one. Jokes
Say
on her.
something.
Most of the silly costume stuff is in the room that I'm in our
Oh.
house. Can't even see Noah.
I got this. Okay.
Hello, anyone on Facebook or on the website?
Are we ready to start?
Sure.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
totally.
All right, Noah, we're gonna meet you.
I'm a unicorn.
Stay muted, my dear. And let's go ahead and start with Havdalah. So, oh man. Hold on. Trying to shuffle everything still. Get my match out before I turn off the lights. Put the plate where you can see it, maybe. That is not gonna work. You would think I would, okay. There's the plate. Good. All right. And we begin, as God began, with light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen borei peri hagafen. Lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei v'samim borei minei v'samim. Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 la la lai lai la la lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei meorei ha'esh borei meorei ha'esh lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavdil ben kodesh lechol hamavdil ben kodesh lechol. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai lai. Yai lai lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai lai. Yai lai lai. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimhera ve'yameinu, Yavo Eleinu, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol, chatoteinu imchol, zareinu v'chaspeinu, yarbekachol, v'hakochavim b'alayla, Shavua Tov, 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 Shavua Tov. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. Shavua Tov. And if it is okay with everybody, I would love to tell you a story, which I think is why my kids showed up tonight, because they heard I was telling a story. So I want to tell you a story that happens in the great city or village of Chelm. Now, for those who might be less familiar with Chelm, Chelm is a village that the way the legend goes is when many years ago, when the angels distributed all the souls across the world with all of their different characteristics, one bag accidentally spilled over the village of Chelm. Now, their bags weren't labeled, so we don't know what it was. All they knew, it was either the bag of wise souls or the bag of foolish souls. To this day, we don't know which it was that Chelm got an extra helping of, but we tell lots of stories about the things that happened there. So one year in Chelm, right before Purim, the children were especially busy. Because after all, in Chelm, right before Purim, is a really good time for the teachers to assign extra homework. That's not something that most schools, Jewish schools, do before Purim. It's supposed to be for fun. But in Chelm, Purim was a time for serious learning. So we had two siblings who were sitting together at home and doing their homework, and one of them was staring at his worksheet and going, this is so hard. I can't remember. How many corners did Haman's 3-corner hat have? I don't remember. And what are Hamantaschen again? Are Hamantaschen the name of like Esther's pet? I don't remember. And his sister said, you think your homework is hard. We have a competition in my class. We each have to make the loudest grogger that we can. She said, but I have an idea. I know that when I bang 2 rocks together, it is really loud. So what happens if you bang a whole lot of rocks together? I bet it's even louder. So she made a big drum, kind of like a drum, like a big bowl that looked like a drum, and she put it in the middle of the town square with a big sign that said, put your rocks here for my extra loud grogger. And all through those days of extra homework leading up to Purim, people put in rocks. They put in little tiny pebbles and they put in bigger rocks. And she watched really excitedly as it filled up. And it was finally time for Purim, and she knew she was going to win because she had all of those loud rocks. And she went to her drum to bring it to the synagogue. And you know what happened? She went to lift it, and it didn't move. It was full of rocks. She couldn't move it. So she looked at it. She thought about it. She looked at her brother. And she looked at her friends and she said, didn't we learn recently that a pound of rocks and a pound of feathers weigh the same? So it shouldn't matter whether it's rocks or feathers. Let's make it feathers, and then I bet we can get it to the synagogue. So with that wise Chelm thinking, she emptied all the rocks out of her drum, filled it with feathers instead. Well, part 1 worked. She could get it to the synagogue now. She could move it. So she took her drum full of feathers to the synagogue, and they began reading the Megillah. And the first time that they said that name, Amen, she shook her drum as hard as she could, and it didn't make any noise. It was like silent as everybody was waiting for this loud, loud noise. And she got this look on her face like she was letting down her whole community, and she was so sad. And in that pause, you know what people did? They started to stomp their feet, and they started to go, boo! And they kept doing it. And she got so sad, and the rabbi said, stop! I can't hear myself think you're so loud. Oi! And everybody went, oh, we were so loud. The rabbi could, wait a second. We were so loud, the rabbi couldn't even think. She wins. That's the loudest grogger ever. We were so loud that the rabbi couldn't think. Amazing job. And all of a sudden, she felt so good about her drum full of feathers and all of that really wise Chelm level thinking, that she knew this was a Purim that she was going to remember. And the whole town remembered the Purim that they all worked so hard together to fill that drum with rocks and make the loudest grogger ever. Happy almost Purim.